I have no idea what song that is. Hello, this is Rich with Unlimited Cards. If you have arrived here, you are well off the beaten path. You are in the shadows of Pride Rock Land. I'm a nobody. I've been looking at my hair lately in the past few seconds. Wild. I should probably do something about that, you know? Good thing not many people see me. Yeah. You don't really know until you look in the mirror. Then you know. I've been busy. I'm busy, busy, busy. Lately, I have been seeing a lot of YouTubers mentioning, the words "I've been busy," and I have something to say about that. So let's dive into this. We're all human, right? We all just wake up in this world. We're born one day, and then we die, right? We do a bunch of stuff, and then we die, right? That's life. You wake up, you're born, you do stuff, and you die, right? So, in a way, every single human on this planet is busy. But, I got thinking about it because we live in America, right? We live in this capitalistic society where we have like endless entertainment, music, gaming, whatever, freedom. And then we have all these different things, different pressures from society to become some big hot millionaire, billionaire, or somebody that's been doing so much in life, and the generic thing people will say is, I've been so busy. Sorry. When was the last time I did a video? Unlimited Cards here. When did we do a video? Was it like 11 days ago? I think that's probably what's the word? That's probably like, it's not memo. That's me, right? I do like 11 days at a time, right? Because I'm so busy, guys. I'm so busy. Fuck, we all are. So what is this saying that people say, right? It's like when you stop by and you literally talk to someone on the street and they're like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm good. I'm good, Or the other thing I've been on a kick with lately is what's with this bless you thing? Literally everybody in the fucking world says it when someone sneezes, and literally no one says anything when someone coughs. I mean, do people even know what that means? Oh yeah, well, Rich, it's because you're getting rid of the devils. What? That shit was like back in the, 1800s, 1700s? Where did that saying come from? The Black Plague? Why the hell do we say that nowadays? It's these memes. It's these things that we say as humans over and over again. We just regurgitate it. Like, here, have the worms. What? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, right? And I think people say this "I'm busy" comment. Believe me, this is about trading cards. We'll get there. I believe that people say that "I'm busy" comment because I think people want status in life. I think people want justifications, right? So, like as humans, right, we want to be well known and strong and financially responsible, and we want to do things with whatever the hell I'm trying to say. What? Like, we're all busy. Even when you're sitting on a fucking couch doing nothing with your life, staring at a wall, you're actually busy. there are things going on inside your mind. You're still thinking about stuff. I think it's one of the greatest things, like people that do, quote unquote, nothing in life, they probably run themselves around in their mind like, I gotta do something at some point in their life. And then the stress builds. And then the people that are doing a lot, that are just like running around, are probably like, I gotta take a break, and the stress runs in your body because you're not getting it. Like I went and I visited like multiple countries. I don't know how many of you out there have been, like, literally the zero people that watch my video have been out there to like different countries. It is so different. It's mind blowing. I think every single person should at some point in their life feel what it's like to be in a different country. And I'm not just talking about pansy ass Canada up there. No, I love you guys, but I'm like, it's a short trip. It's easy. I mean, that's kind of like America up there. Go anywhere but there in, I don't know, Cuba. I've never been to Cuba. Maybe it's like America down there. Go to like Europe, go to Asia, and it is so humbling. Because number one, you're going to figure out that America is just not the shit, right? And you're going to figure out that there's like all these different cultures and what people believe in. So the one I'm going to pick on right now is Italy. I went to Italy for like a month in a very obscure place back in, I don't know what year it was. We're not even going into that. And I go out to Italy here, and literally, like, I'm in an obscure place. This is not a touristy place. This is a very Italian place. And the amount of time that they spend sitting and just eating literally is at least 6 hours a day. You're spending at least 3 hours per meal. Like, here in America, we show up to like the restaurant and we're like, okay, we got to get food. And then the hostess is like, yeah, that'll be like 45 minutes. Here's your buzzer, because they got the buzzy things now. And I remember when those came out, that was a big thing. And you don't have to sit there. You can actually go do stuff, right? This is the American way. We always got to do stuff, right? And literally, like, I mean, it might be 43 minutes, it might be like 47 minutes, but literally at like 45 minutes, that buzzer's going off. Maybe you're late at like an hour. Oh my God, the world's ending. And it's like, how is that possible? When I was a kid, I was like, how do they figure that out? How is that possible? Because Americans are predictable, we're dumb, and we have a flow to us, even though we think we're free. Literally, when you stand in line at an Italian restaurant, you're like, I have no idea when I'm going to get into the restaurant, but I love this restaurant, so I'm willing to wait. And there are people who stand out there for fucking hours. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. And it got me thinking, I'm like, how does this get created with our culture, right? How do we always just need to drive. We always just need to do. We need to make money. We need to go to work. We need to do all these different things. And it's drive, 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 drive. It's just part of the culture. Is it worse than other places? Not really. There's a lot of positives with America. I'm not just crapping all over America. Kind of, but not really. What I'm trying to make a point of is that there's pros and cons to everything, right? And so this busyness, right? And now we got AI and all this, like, we're going to be more efficient and all this stuff. And it's funny. I encourage you guys, look at how the world's trending and try and think where the gaps and holes are. Live there and prosper there in those gaps and holes. You might find something that really helps out your life, because everybody's like a lemming and they jump off the cliff. So if you're down there with the trampoline at the bottom of the cliff and saving people, you might find a lot of prosperity. Hint. This world is just trending in this busy way. And I hear this from so many people. Like, I'm busy. And you start to wonder, like, how busy are you? Really? Like, it's are you like sitting around and you're just thinking about stuff and you call it busyness? Which, no one can really make fun of you for that. Busyness shows in different ways. Sometimes we're just busy in the mind and it feels like we're busy, and we tell people we're busy when we're really not moving anywhere. And like, we're all fucking busy. Like, why is that a status thing? Why is that a thing that like people need to say to feel good about themselves and justify and show that I'm somebody? It's so ridiculous. Here's the problem. When you are busy, you clog your mind, right? You fill the cup, right? And the ancient proverbs of what they say. Why is it always Asia? It's always coming from Asia. What is with these ancient proverbs in Asia? Like, why can't we just say, yeah, this old Scandinavian saying that was saying it's always fucking Asia. But here we are, okay? So, Asians, the old proverb of filling the cup and the water goes over, and we can't fill the cup anymore because it's full, right? There's so much truth to that. And this is why it's about trading cards. Finally, we got here. When you look at the market with a busy mind, you're doing a disservice to yourself, right? Do I think everybody should just say, fuck it, let's sing Kumbaya and wear our, loincloths and go dancing around with our flutes or something? No. Do I think everybody should just be like a cold CEO of a company and just super rich but hates their life, always stressed out, and the kids hate them too? No. I think those are extremes. Watch out, there's cons to those as well. But you've got to find some way of just, being like busy, right? Being productive, but at the same time, finding meditation in that as well. Finding just like relaxation because it flows smoother. Frankly, this is something I've learned in like weightlifting or, different sports, things like that. It's not just the drive. The rest in between is very, very important. It actually makes the drive more, right? So think about that with whatever you're doing. But with a busy mind, you're going to actually be more scatterbrained than you think. And I don't think people realize that. I don't think people realize that being busy all the time is actually kind of doing a disservice to yourself if you're not finding moments to rest, to enjoy, to be grateful for the things that you have, to understand your family or your pets or whatever you have is not going to be there always. So taking a step back and being grateful for that and spending time with that will lead to a more fulfilling life. There's a tricky, I hate using the word balance. That's another video for another time. But there's like a tricky, I guess, flow to it that you got to figure out yourself. Because if you go into, let's talk about trading cards, finally, again, for the second time or third time this video. Trading cards. When you're going into a market, this is like investing we're talking about here. Or maybe, you're buying to play to have fun. I don't know. But this is mostly like investing or business or whatever. When you're going into the market and you see all these deals out there, like coming up, we got Black Friday. Everybody's watching to see if Wizards dumps or, Pokemon dumps or whatever. I mean, it's really just Wizards, but everybody, we're all just watching because we want that opportunity. But if you go in with a busy mind and you're not focused and you don't have like some form of drive and you're scattered and all over the place, what ends up happening is this term that I know a lot of you have heard out there. It's called analysis paralysis. There are many deals out there right now. I mean, I bet if you had $1 billion, you couldn't even buy out the market out there. If you just had $1 billion, to put out there. I mean, a lot of things would go up, but you couldn't even buy out every single opportunity. I dare you. I dare you. Well, actually, no, I want to buy more. Don't do it, please. But the opportunity, like if you see 6 different things, most people are going to shy away and just, I can't do this. It's too much because the busy mind. You got to have focus and drive. And frankly, I think like a lot of more people out there could beneficially do well by literally going out to the public and saying, you know what? I haven't been busy. Why? Because it's honest for most people out there. Like, and then again, there's different levels to it. So I get it. Busyness isn't always what we think it is. People can feel busy even though they're doing nothing with life or, just going through the motions, whatever. So you just have to like really watch out because you get stuck. You get stuck in this place. And frankly, removing yourself from that busyness or that chaos can actually push you forward and you will notice certain things. So if you're out there investing or understanding what's undervalued or, I don't know, just going out to play and you want to buy the best thing or whatever it is, taking a step back and moving forward and just make a decision. I mean, I think choice is one of the hardest things that any human goes through. Some people have mastered it. They just make the choice right off the bat. Either it punches them in the face or it lays them down on a really nice bed. I don't know. But you got to make a choice. And you can't do that in chaos, the swirling hurricane that just destroys everything in your mind. So, you know what? Fuck busyness. I've been busy. Everybody's been busy. But am I going to use that as a justification of why I haven't done a video in like 11 days? Am I doing that as a justification of why I haven't finished this project or that project or whatever? No, because you get stuck in a pattern. You end up saying something that you actually truly don't mean, and it just becomes this cycle, right? And then next thing you know, all this time goes by. You forget about it all and the gratitude goes out the window, and that's a really dangerous place. Anyways, I'm off my high horse. One little thing I've been doing lately is because I have so many different tasks, right? Here we go. There's me justifying just like everybody else. So I've decided I need to quit looking at the big list and I need to look at certain items, right? These items that we think of that we need to do actually are a lot less scarier and a lot less harder to do than our mind makes it out to be. It's just that we look at the entire giant list and it's so confusing. There's so much on it and we feel busy and we're just like, ah! I hope that's the thumbnail. Look at them one at a time. Chip away. Get them done one at a time. Okay? Some of them are going to take longer. Some of them are going to take shorter. But as you chip away, you will feel progression and moving forward. Pick the ones that are like most needed right now. Do those first, chip away, go one at a time. That's all I've got for you. This busyness thing, holy crap, we're all busy. How many people have actually reached out to me and said, hey, I haven't been busy? I think people that do that either are spiteful or, against the world, or they, down and depressed and like, I'm not doing anything in life. I'm not busy. I have genuinely not heard anybody, if many at all, people come up to me and say, hey, I haven't been busy lately. Because we live in this weird world where just judgments are at an all-time high. If you're not living the American way or the American dream, you get outcasted. And it is so dangerous, especially if the rampant AI come in. It's so dangerous. You have to somehow challenge yourself. in order to move forward. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. You know, I thought to myself one day, if I break my leg and I'm out, let's say, I've heard 6, 8 months this can be. Like you break, I don't know, something ridiculous like a femur or something, you're out for a very long time. I think I would be completely miserable just sitting there doing nothing. And it is so unnecessary to be in that mind state when you have no control over the situation. I mean, maybe you did in the moment, but it's happening. You got to go through it. So it's humbling to think about. Quit using I'm busy as a fucking excuse. There's your video for the day.